Hello my lovely students, welcome back. I hope you all are very fine. In this video, we are going to discuss balance in nature and forest reserves, sanctuaries and Van Mahotsav. Okay, before that, let me remind you what we were discussing in the previous video. We have discussed in the previous video that plant and animals are interdependent. What it means? That means we depend on the plant, okay, and not only we, but the plants also depend on animals and human beings. How? Because we depend on the plant for the food and oxygen. We receive the food and oxygen from the plant. In the same way, plant also depend on the animals and human being. Why? For carbon dioxide. You all are knowing only 78% of nitrogen is contained in the air and 21% is oxygen. And rest other gases including carbon dioxide is only 1%. So that is enough for the plant for the photosynthesis? No. So where they are getting the extra carbon dioxide from? Obviously from the animals and from human being, because whatever carbon dioxide we used to release, that carbon dioxide is always used by the plant, and this is how they used to purify our air also. Why? Because if there will be more carbon dioxide in our air, then our air will be impure. So this is how the plant used to purify the air also. But here we are only going to discuss the interdependency of plant and animals on each other. Okay, so this is how they both depend on each other. If we will see this picture, what this picture is explaining? This picture is explaining from the environment, plant is absorbing the gas. Which gas? Carbon dioxide. And whatever gas is released by the plant, that is absorbed that is taken by the animals, and whatever animal is releasing the gas is coming into the environment, and again from the environment that is taken by the plant. Okay, so here we are depending on each other for not only for the carbon dioxide and oxygen but the food also. Okay, now suppose what will happen if there is a sudden rise in the number of animals. Suppose only few plants are there, and as compared to the plant, the animal and the human being is in a large number. Then what will happen? Whatever oxygen is released by the plant, those will be very less. Okay, why? Because plants are very less and they are giving the oxygen which is not sufficient for the animals, right? Because the number of animals and human being is very large as compared to the plant. So plant are releasing the oxygen, but that oxygen is not enough for the animals and human being. Why? Because number of animals and human being is very large. Okay, so that is insufficient. The amount of oxygen which is released by the few number of the plant is not sufficient for the animals, and we will not get the oxygen, and what will happen? We cannot survive. Think from the other point of view. What will happen if there is a sudden rise in the number of plants? What will happen? And the number of people and animal will be less. Then plants are depending on the animals and human being for the carbon dioxide, right? So if the number of plant will be more, then they will not get the sufficient amount of carbon dioxide. Okay, in the previous case, human being and animal was not getting the sufficient amount of oxygen. In this case, when the plants are more, they will not receive the sufficient amount of carbon dioxide. Why? Because animals are very less. And if the animal and human being will be less, then amount of carbon dioxide will be released, that will be less, and that will not be sufficient for the plant, because plants are very large in number. So this is how the plant is also important, and animals and human being is also important. That I am trying to tell you. Okay, not only the plant but the human being and even each and every organisms are very important. Okay, to balance our nature, plant as well as other living being is also important. Even the small microscopes are very microbes, okay, not microscopes, sorry, it's microbes, that very small germs that cannot be seen by the naked eyes. Okay, so these microbes are also very important, because if the microbes will not be there, then the dead animals and plant will not be decomposed and mixed into the soil, and what will happen, it will pollute the air. Okay, so not only the plant but each and every living being is important to maintain the balance of our nature. Okay, but what is happening nowadays, we are cutting the trees, a large number of trees are cutting. Okay, and due to that our nature is imbalanced. That means the level of the carbon dioxide and oxygen is not maintained in our nature. Okay, and this is not a good sign. So for this, what step has been taken by the government? Our government has taken a lot of steps to save the animals as well as plants also. Not only the animals but the plants also, because as I told you, both plant and animals are important to maintain the nature. Okay, so many programs and the sanctuaries and the reserves has been opened, and many programs are run by the government so that our nature can be protected. And among those, first is wildlife sanctuary that I am going to discuss. What is wildlife sanctuaries? These sanctuaries provide the natural environment to the animals, and their killing the animals is prohibited. That means if you are trying to harm those animals, then you can be punished, even you can be imprisoned also. So this is how our government is taking the step to protect the animals. In that wildlife sanctuary, they are getting the natural environment like the forest, and they are moving one place to another place very freely, and no one is allowed to enter without the permission. So in this way they are protected in the wildlife sanctuary. The other way is forest reserves. What the forest reserves are doing here, even the plant is also not allowed to cut. Okay, so that the plant and many trees can also be protected, because as well as like the animals, plants are also very important. So in these forest reserves, plant, trees as well as animals are protected. Okay, it is like a natural forest. Okay, natural forest, and there they are taken care by the human being. Another way is the mini program. One program that I am going to discuss is Van Mahotsav. What is Van Mahotsav? Van Mahotsav is a program, okay, in which we used to plant more and more trees, okay, so that it can grow into the tree and it will give a lot of oxygen to us. Okay, because we cannot stop using the wood, because it is our necessity. We need doors, we need bench and chair, and a lot of things is used. A lot of thing is get by the plant. So we have to cut the plant for the need of our daily life. But what is the solution of this? If we are cutting one tree, we have to plant more than one tree. Okay, that is only the way to save our nature. So Van Mahotsav is one of that program and one of that way how we can save our earth. So what is Van Mahotsav? It is an annual festival, we can say. Okay, why annual festival? Because each and every year we used to celebrate in the first week of July. Okay, it is written here, it is the festival which is celebrated in the first week of July. That means in whole week of 1st July we used to plant tree. Okay, the small plants are planted. Okay, so that after some year it will grow into a big tree. Okay, and when it was started in 1950 by planting a tree at Rajghat in Delhi. From 1950 we are celebrating this festival, but still the number of trees are very less. Why? Because we are not serious towards our nature. So it is a very good step to plant more and more trees. I hope you will also plant one tree. Okay, and thank you for watching this video. This video was the last explanation about this chapter, and next video we will discuss the question answer of this chapter. Thank you so much.